Hello and welcome to Manchester Piccadilly Station, where today I'm going to be taking a journey with Transport for Wales from here all the way through to Swansea in first class. I'll be assessing the comfort level, amenities, complimentary food and drink, general ambience, and most importantly, judging the value of the service over travelling in standard class. Transport for Wales operate trains all over Wales, but of course they cross the border into England to places such as Cheltenham, Liverpool, Chester, Birmingham, and of course right here Manchester Piccadilly. But what makes them a little bit unique in the UK is they actually have proper chef-cooked meals on board as standard, standard as in for first class, but you know, it's a standard first class thing, which I think is the only company in the UK that offers that. I mean, other companies do hot meals, but I feel like it's just sort of reheated. The only downside is that you have to pay extra for the hot meals. It's not included. There are some complimentary drinks and snacks included, so we're going to see what is included and how much extra you have to pay for the full meal service. Transport for Wales mostly do standard class only services, but they do have some of these loco hauled sets, and they have first class on those sets, and they run it 5 or 6 times a day between Cardiff and Manchester, and once a day in each direction between Holyhead and Cardiff. But the 4:30 service from Manchester extends all the way to Swansea, which makes it one of their longest service. The longest one is actually the Cardiff to Holyhead at 4 hours 29. However, the Swansea service is 4 hours and 12, but it's at a slightly better time, so that's the one I'm doing. I don't really fancy taking the 5:30 AM Holyhead to Cardiff service. It's a little bit too early for me. So anyway, let's get on board. The train is going to be arriving at platform number 10. It's coming in from Cardiff now. This is a pretty busy station. I've only been here a couple of times before and I'm always overwhelmed at how busy it actually is. Train's arrived. Seems to be sponsored by the lifeboats, RNLI. Is sponsored the right word? Promoting? I'm not even sure what's going on there. Anyway, so this consists of 5 coaches, one of which is first, which for some reason is the second to the front coach. It's normally like first and then second separated, but for some reason you've got second, first, and second. A bit weird. Anyway, let's get on board. Let's firstly see what the standard class is like, and then check out first. Doesn't look too bad for standard. Relatively comfy, flop down table. There are a few table seats as well. Oh look, you can actually order to your seat by the looks of things. That's awesome. But this is not where we are. We are in first. This is really nice. Well, look, you even get a menu, proper first class menu on the table. That's amazing. Oh, at least the prices. You have to pay for these. But we've got all kinds of stuff here. We've got hot drinks, beers, ciders, Coke, spirits, wine. Going to be taking advantage of that. So we've got a good mix of seats here. You've got these solo seats. You've got the bank of 4, which hasn't been cleaned up yet. I suppose, you know, they literally just came in and we boarded, so I'll give them a pass on that. You also have a bank of 2 with a table here, but I decided to plonk myself into a bank of 4. I do have a travelling companion today, although she's decided she doesn't want to be on camera, so that's fine. This is why I've got a bank of 4 rather than a solo like I normally would. But this is really nice. Now, a little confession. This isn't actually the first time I've travelled first class with Transport for Wales. I had to travel up here from Cardiff, and I also decided to travel first here. And this is actually a slightly different seat. It's a darker colour. The one I travelled up with was sort of a light grey. It's probably the same seat, just in a different colour. But let's take a look around at the facilities. So we have a movable armrest. Sadly, this one on the window side doesn't move at all. We do have a recline. Press this button and it reclines. Oh, that's a good amount of recline actually. Up here we have a reading light. But as usual, I don't really understand why they have reading lights. It doesn't really provide anything extra. So plenty of overhead storage, and then behind the door there is luggage racks as well. Now this train has a curtain. The previous train didn't have a curtain, so you kind of need to be a little bit lucky with what you get, I guess. And then under the seat we have a plug socket. Seems to be one socket shared between each bank of seats. But again, the other train we were on actually had a plug socket and 2 USBs in it. This is just the plug socket. So that's a little different as well. So if you want to charge your phone on this, bring an adapter, which I haven't today, so that's useful. Great, thanks. You also got a nice headrest here. Kuntaf first. Did I pronounce that right? Yeah. She speaks Welsh, it's fine. As we pull away from Manchester, just 1 minute late, let's take a look at the route we'll be taking today. Departing Piccadilly at 16:30, we'll travel south, stopping at Stockport and Wilmslow, then on to Crewe and Shrewsbury, Ludlow, Leominster and Hereford, then across the border into Wales with stops at Abergavenny, Pontypool and Newin, Cwmbran and Newport. Then it's on to Cardiff Central, where most of these trains would usually terminate, but we'll be continuing onwards, stopping at Bridgend, Port Talbot Parkway, Neath, and finally Swansea, arriving at 20:42 after a total travel time of 4 hours and 12 minutes. We have been delivered our first class menu. It all looks pretty good, so you can choose from 2 or 3 courses. 2 courses is £21.95, 3 courses is £24.95. Which if you compare that to what I did with the Great Western Pullman service, is actually a lot cheaper. So it'll be interesting to see how the quality of the food compares to GWR, who are probably the closest competitor to this type of service. For starters, you've got a choice of either tomato and basil soup, classic Welsh Rarebit with a twist, interesting to see what the twist would be, and a potato and leek samosa. All sounds pretty good. I really don't know what I'm going to choose. Main course, we've got a slow-cooked Welsh lamb shank, pan-fried sea bass, or butternut squash Wellington. That's the vegan option, which doesn't sound as interesting to me. I think I might go for one of the 2 meat options. And for dessert, you have a choice of either a zesty lemon tart, sticky toffee pudding, or a selection of Welsh cheeses, or that does cost you an additional £3. It all sounds really good. I have no idea what I'm going to choose. I guess I'll make a decision when the guy comes to take my order. But because I have a travelling companion, I'll be able to show you more than just what I'm eating as well, so there's a plus. And another plus is that the menu is also printed in Welsh on the reverse. So we're about 15 minutes into the journey and I've just been offered a nice cup of tea. Awesome, this is included in the price. They've even got a bowl of sugar here with a spoon from the previous passenger. I would prefer that if that wasn't there, but never mind. Oh, it comes with this little biscuit thing. That's cool. From Castle Howard, Italy. Oh. It's not a Welsh biscuit. Cheers.
Can I interest you in food?
Yes. Can I please start with the soup?
Yeah.
Followed by the sea bass.
Yeah.
And then I'm wondering whether to order dessert now or later.
I've got no lemon tart.
Oh.
But the sticky toffee pudding is really nice.
Yeah, I'll order the sticky toffee pudding. Yeah. Oh, also, actually, can I order a small wine?
So the free course is £24.95, but if you have a house wine, it's £40 for, and the cans of wine are £5. So for the 75 pence extra, if you're going to be paying.
I'm not going to be going for a full bottle though.
It's got a screw top.
Yeah, and then I'll be carrying that home like that. Go on then, you're twisting my arm, we'll do that.
White?
White, yes.
White,
please.
yeah.
My friend ordered the samosa and the lamb shank, so I'll be sampling those as well. Oh, that's a nice biscuit.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're now approaching Crewe. Next station is Crewe.
Sauvignon Blanc from Chile, called Kintu. So this is crisp and unoaked with prominent citrus and tropical fruit flavours. Served chilled as an aperitif or with light poultry and fish dishes. Oh, that's good because I ordered the sea bass. Cheers. I haven't even finished my tea yet. Whilst we were standing in Crewe, the host delivered our starters. This is tomato and basil soup served with a warm roll and Welsh butter. Oh, I just realised he gave me a knife and a fork for my starter. My soup's arrived. I might have to use the spoon I was given for dessert for my soup.
Yeah.
Never mind. There's a nice bread roll. Freshly heated, seeded. Awesome.
Make a couple of food calls.
Some Welsh butter.
I'll load out.
Which I put in my soup, no. Let's try that again.
Yeah.
That's the wine. That's what's happened there.
The whole of the train will not fit. You're travelling to Ludlow or Leicester.
Oh, that's quite nice. Very herby. It's presented beautifully, and that roll is amazing as well. I think the server was quite happy to deliver it when we were actually stationary. Kind of going to go everywhere though, isn't it? And here is my friend's starter, potato and leek samosas served with a curry chutney and salad. So now we're going to try this samosa. Comes with a little chutney on the side. Ooh, that's nice. Chutney's very refreshing. And then on the inside of the samosa. Oh, that chutney has a kick. That's good. That's delicious. Wow. Good mark so far. Now, I have a little bonus for you. As mentioned earlier, I took a train earlier in the day from Cardiff to Manchester, and since that was a morning train, I was able to try out their breakfast as well. This is the full Welsh breakfast, which comes with Glamorgan sausage, bacon, black pudding, mushrooms, hash browns, fried egg, tomato, and a side of toast. Wow, that's big. But we did also order the big breakfast, which is exactly the same, except it has pork sausage instead of Glamorgan sausage. Let's check this egg. Oh, nice and runny. That black pudding is really nice. These Glamorgan sausages are amazing. It's basically just, I want to say it's potato, but I'm not sure. It's got like leek and cheese coated in breadcrumbs and fried. Really nice. Oh, everything about this breakfast is amazing. Even these mushrooms are nicely seasoned. Absolutely gorgeous. Everything about that breakfast was amazing. It was probably one of the best I've ever had on a train. And here's the menu shot of the breakfast so you can see what other options are available too. But now it's back to dinner and our mains have arrived. This is pan-fried sea bass accompanied by peppered leeks, sautéed new potatoes and drizzled in a lemon oil. Main course has arrived just as we're pulling into Shrewsbury. This looks awesome. They have the pan-fried sea bass. That is cooked perfectly actually. Then we have some sort of creamy leek thing underneath. Now some potatoes. It's not a bad option at all. I am very happy with this one. It's a really good sized portion as well. There's like 3 bits of sea bass here. A lot of creamy leeks. Well, I didn't even see the bit of lemon on the side here, which they've seared on the pan. That's going to add some extra flavour in it. However, my friend over there has this slow cooked lamb shank. I definitely have some food envy right here. I'm going to get my other fork and steal a bit. Look at it, it looks absolutely amazing. Oh my god, and it tastes amazing too. I don't know how long that's been slow cooked for, but I would say a day and a half. So tender and lovely. I almost want to steal your dinner now. I haven't eaten mine. I don't want to finish this, I want that one. Nothing wrong with this, it's nice. Fine, I'll just sit here and eat my fish. that was so nice, but wow, I am full. Food coma. I still want the lamb shank though. There is no time to relax though. Dessert has just arrived. This is sticky toffee pudding served with clotted cream. It looks so awesome, but it's so soon after me and I am really full. Oh. Yes. Oh, freshly whipped cream. So good. This is so good. But it's also so bad. I am so full I can't finish it. Oh, I'm just gonna go to sleep. After letting that really big and delicious meal settle for a bit, it's time to check out the loo. Welcome to the first class loo.
is now locked.
Good to know. Okay, so this train has been up and down the line most of the day. It's about 6 o'clock. It's really wobbly, but that's just the train. It looks okay, not the best. So over here we have some. I was supposed to have soap, but that's all gone. Okay, the water works. And the hand dryer. Hand dryer works, but it's one of those like awful ones that doesn't really do much. And I typically dry my hands using paper towel. It also has a baby change thing with a strap, and the loo is looking a bit rubbish with like a yellow thing around it. Aside from it looking a bit old and in need of some maintenance, it's fairly clean. I'm going to give it a must do better. It's at this point where I would normally test the Wi-Fi speeds, but I was enjoying this trip far too much. I just completely forgot to do it. Oops. They do offer free Wi-Fi on board though, and I have used it in the past and it worked fine. But before you know it, we've entered Wales, and our first stop across the border is the beautiful town of Abergavenny. And it wasn't long until we pulled into Cardiff Central, which is where most of these trains would normally terminate, but of course we'll be heading onwards to Swansea. So I decided to change side to the train after leaving Cardiff because the sun was shining in my face, and now suddenly the sun is shining in my face on this side of the train. Yay! I suppose it's that time of day when the train's just going to go all over the place and you never know quite what it's going to do, but I'll just deal with it. Anyway, let's talk about prices. An anytime ticket in standard class on the full journey from Manchester to Swansea on this particular train will cost you £102.90. A first class on the same journey is £154.30. And so you're paying like an extra £52 for the experience going to first. But of course, advanced tickets can be a lot cheaper. In standard class, the cheapest advanced ticket I managed to find is £59.10, and the cheapest first class ticket I found was £68.90. So that's only like an extra £7-8. I feel like that's definitely worth it. Okay, granted you don't get all that much included in the price, and you have to pay for a lot of the extras. But you know what? I don't think that is a lot extra to pay. And in fact, it's probably the most reasonable price difference between standard and first I have seen on any first class train I've ever been on. Although, of course, split tickets do exist as well. And this particular journey that I'm making today, for a combination of split tickets, I managed to get this first class journey for £42.10 from Manchester to Swansea, 4 and a bit hours. That's like less than £10 an hour. That's like less than minimum wage. Bargain. Cheers. So let's sum up on the journey then. I am literally the last person in first class. Everyone else is gone. I have this entire carriage all to myself now, which is awesome. Downside, first class service ended when we left Cardiff. The crew changed and then there's no more first class people here. It's just a guard check-in ticket. The service was a little sparse throughout the entire trip. We got served pretty quickly after we left Manchester. We got my free cup of tea and then we ordered our hot food, which you have to pay for, and of course the alcohol, which you also have to pay for. But then after that, nothing. No complimentary snacks or offers of drink or even offers to buy drinks. But everything else was nice. The food that was served was amazing. Definitely go for that lamb shank rather than the sea bass, because although the sea bass was tasty, sea bass was down here, but like lamb was up here. It's like out of frame. That's how good it was. I also love that it's a locomotive hauled train because it makes the entire ambience of the cabin, is that the right word? That's more of an airline term, but the ambience of the carriage much quieter. It's so much less noisy in here. It's amazing. The staff though have been amazing. Our server was friendly and he loved talking about these trains. So apparently they've got 7 of them, but there is an 8th one hiding in a siding somewhere. This is some little secret information he told me. By the time this video comes out, it may even also be out serving passengers. So potentially there is more of these trains to serve more first class customers. As for their score out of 10, although there are a few minor elements that they could improve to make the experience even better, I just have to give them top marks, 10 out of 10, which ties them with GWR's Pullman service. But I'm actually going to place them at the very top because they offer this service on more trains per day and it's much cheaper too. £25 for a 3-course meal? I mean, you can't even get that at my local pub nowadays. And dare I say it, the food tasted much nicer as well. This truly is a world-class service and something the entire country of Wales can be proud of. I would love to see them roll this out onto more routes across the entire country. Swansea. End of the line. Goodbye, Transport for Wales. First class. It was fairly good. Lovely food. I really enjoyed it. But if you liked this, don't forget to actually like the video. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and all that other awesome stuff that you need to do with YouTube. This has been Transport for Wales First Class. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.